Hi everybody, this is Olivia from the Alexandrienne channel, and I've written and illustrated a book, and I'd like to give you a little review of it. And it's called The Art of Drawing Dangles, Creating Decorative Letters with Art and Charms by me, Olivia Kneibler. So here we go. I really enjoy using my imagination and just creating a lot of whimsical things, and so creating dangles fit right in with what I enjoy doing. The first part of this book is dedicated to the alphabet. Well, let me see if I can show you here. It's color-coded, and so you can see about half of it is the alphabet. I go into a little bit of an explanation about what a dangle is. Most people think of dangles kind of like this, which they are, but they don't have to obey the laws of physics. They can, swirl, go up, go down, left, right, whatever way they want to go. And here's a list of some of the materials that I use. And here's just a little idea of what you can do with it. I used hearts, so I made like broken hearts, I love you mom hearts, wedding hearts. It's just endless. And as you can see, I go through the lowercase and the uppercase. And what I start with is just the basic letter, and then I add a few of the designs, and then I start having all the fun with the dangles, which they're all fun, all of it's fun, but the dangles are especially fun, and the little charms that I put in some of them. And now you can see here there's a place on every one of these, so you can practice if you want to in creating your own dangles. And there's lots of really good instruction in here. So I'll flip through a few of these pages for you so you can get an idea. And then I'll stop on this one for a second. It's a lot of fun to create a little spark of, I don't know, what's going on there? I really enjoy doing that. So you'll find that throughout. And I also like making things that are either asymmetrical or almost symmetrical, but not quite. Like, see on the J, there's just a little heart right in the middle of it, just for fun. And I think that's what Dangles is a lot about, is having fun with what you're doing. And you don't have to have any lettering skills whatsoever. You just sit down with a pencil or a marker, start having fun, getting creative, putting patterns, drawing a letter, adding some shapes, adding some dangles with some charms. And for me, I guess one of the biggest points I would like to get across is have fun. Which I guess you can probably tell by the way these look. This is for fun. You can do a lot with it. Wedding invitations. There's somebody just the other day who did a tattoo. It was so cool. And colors. Like, see, there's a whole rainbow of colors. But now say if you were doing something for a baby girl or something very feminine, you might want to stay with pinks and yellows and maybe light greens. But anyway, so there's the alphabet. X, Y, no little surprise, and Z. And now we're going to go on to a few of the other chapters. I've created a few words to show you how I put it together. like exquisite. You can see here that I started out drawing the word, and I put a few little swirly designs in. Then I went down, put in patterns, then came over here and put in the dangles. And here's a spot for you to practice if you'd like, or create your very own. I think this is a good place to practice, but I think, you know, when you're done, it's so much more fun to create your own. It's gotta be, just has to be. Anyway, so here's a few more words. Like, say love. This one might be really pretty done in pinks and reds and pale yellows and maybe pale greens. Or just wild colors, fun wild ones. Now we're on to shapes and however you want to say it, mandalas or mandalas. And I'd have to say this is one of the most fun. And there's instructions again. And now here's kind of an example where I like the symmetry, but I like to twist it a little bit, you know, make it a little more fun, so it's not quite symmetrical. Almost, but not quite. Same for on here. See, this would actually be quite symmetrical, except for this a little shorter than this. And the frame isn't perfect. The point is to have fun, relax, let go. Who cares if it's perfect? But I will say, like I said, I've seen wedding invitation, tattoo, t-shirts, things like that. And so there's definite uses for it. Okay, now here onto the mandalas. Here's one that I did. It's got instructions. And this one is a pretty feminine pink wraparound rose, which are my favorite kind of flowers to do. Probably because my grandma, back in way when, wraparound roses were very, very popular. And here you go. Lots of instructions. Now this one had to be my most fun of all. This is one that is about the earth. Well, and maybe the universe. And if you look in it, you're going to see a lot of different things. There's a carrot, an alien, seahorse, spaceship, elephant, tree, fish, baseball, high-rise. There's just everything. This is one, if I were going to say just do something for fun, it would be this one. Something like this, but with your own little icons in there. And it's got all the instructions on how I did it. How I kind of kept it a little bit symmetrical in there. Because once you get closer to the earth, it gets kind of crowded. So the easiest way to make for sure that you're allotted some space is to try to evenly space it out, so when you get small you still have a little bit of room. A few more. And here's everyday dangles. This is a fantasy tree, which I really enjoyed creating. The top, and here's the roots, and there's dangles everywhere. Okay, now this one I had a lot of fun with because I was thinking about what I wanted to create. And I was thinking about moonlight. Well, that's what I called it, moonlight. And I thought, well, okay, so we'll make a moon that has a lot of lights on it. You know, duh, moonlight. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Here's one that's very feminine, full of beads and crystals and charms and flowers, fuchsia, roses, lilacs. Very, very feminine. And again, on just about every page, there's a place for you to practice, try out parts of it. Sun coming out from the rain clouds. And here's, imagine the snowstorm. Yeah, snow. Yeah, it's coming. Anyway. All the dangles, swirls. Here's another tree. If it were larger, you could see there's a little bluebird. It's a cherry blossom tree. And down in the roots, it's full of hearts and dangles. This one's a butterfly. You can see right here, and the dangles shoot out from the butterfly in all directions, going around. And then there's dangles along in here. Over here is a hummingbird. I guess it would be a dangle hummingbird. Now this one might be a good one to point out to you. Here, this is the same candle. However, there's places to practice, but you can see here, all the dangles are in the top section. And so when you look at it, your focus, you might linger here for a moment, but your focus is definitely going to go up here. So where you place the dangles, if you have a purpose, if you're not just doing it for fun, where you place your dangles makes a difference. Because over here, you can see I also put dangles on the candle holder. And so when you look at it, you'll look up and then you'll look down, and up and down. Instead of your main focus being up here, it's going to kind of encompass the entire image. So if you want focus in one area, that's where I would probably incorporate most of my dangles. Here's a dream catcher. Heart with the word love, and then it says yourself. You could do a lot of artwork with lettering in it. And now, we didn't have too much room left in the book. We were running out of pages. Had quite a few more that we wanted to put in, but we couldn't do it. So we have just a couple of charming projects. Like here is a bookmark. Black and white and in color. You could cut it out if you wanted, or practice. Use it if you wanted, but then you'd have to put something on the back side. But these make really cute bookmarks and really cute gift tags. See how the dangles swirl around? And this dangle almost makes an oval. Again, they don't follow the laws of physics. And now we have the charm directory. Just to give you ideas of what you can do, how you can make your own charms. Like this long extended triangle I've used here. I've kind of used it here, but I've curved it in. It's a little, some of these convex, concave, some are straight. The swirls, circles, how many different ways can a person make a circle? Lots and lots of different ways. And here are just some fun shapes. Here's some black and white. Some flowers, some leaves. This one is one of my favorites. That's an owl. There's some butterflies. There's birds. Anyway, this section is just to give you a lot of ideas, starting points. And at the end of the book here we have the color gallery, which goes through all the letters and words in their colored form. And that's it. I really hope that you enjoyed the review of my Art of Drawing Dangles book. If you liked it, I would really appreciate it if you push the little like button down there. And if you would like to see more, I'm going to do some other videos on how-tos for the dangles and some other things. So if you would like, it'd be really nice if you would subscribe. And if you hit the bell notification, that'll let you know when I put up a new video. Well, this is Olivia again. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.